So I had the funniest thing happen to me last week, and before I tell you what happened, I just want you to know, after this video, you're gonna know exactly how to make money come into your life. And the cool thing, it doesn't require a bunch of hard work and effort. And I'm going to show you the proof that one person used these simple 3 steps to manifest over $100 million. And you may not believe that it's possible for you, but let me just tell you that money can come in big sums once you stop trying to make it come to you. And the truth is, you're actually a lot closer than you think for a big financial breakthrough. My name is Jake with JakeDucey.com. If that sounds good or it sounds too good to be true, I promise you will see the results if you watch this whole video through. Now, I have a free financial success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. The reason money hasn't come the way you want it to, whether you're broke or you've been doing good but you just want to make more, it doesn't matter where you are. The reason more money hasn't come is because subconsciously, which controls 95% of your life, subconsciously, you are blocking money and you are programmed to not make more. But scientists tell us you can reprogram your subconscious mind just through basic repetition that requires no effort at all. And I have a free financial success hypnosis to reprogram your subconscious mind to attract more money. All you need to do is listen to it for a couple minutes a day. You don't have to do anything else. And what's going to happen is your subconscious is going to start bringing more money and new financial opportunities into your life. It's free. About 1 million people from all over the world have used it. It's jakeshypnosis.com. You can click right up here and you can get it for free, or you can go to the link in the description of this video, or if you go to the comment section, I pinned it as the top comment. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's my free financial success hypnosis that will change your income forever, and you only need to listen to it for a couple minutes a day. Okay, my friend, now, before I show you the 3 simple steps that someone used to attract $100 million, it's time for the funny miracle story that happened to me. It was last week, and recently I read Matthew McConaughey, the big actor's new book, Green Lights, and truthfully, I almost didn't buy it because books from famous people are usually not very good because they're written by ghostwriters. And in my opinion, they lack substance and they're kind of just a PR type of thing. But I decided I was just going to buy the book and give it a try. And I was amazed. He's an amazing writer. I love the book. And I really wanted to make some YouTube videos about it, but I didn't get around to it. And then, as life happens, I eventually just forgot about it. And right now, my wife is pregnant with our 3rd daughter. And last week, her and I went on a little baby moon vacation getaway to a nice little secluded resort and spa. And when we were there, I decided I'm going to go in the steam room. And it looks empty, and I'm thinking I'm about to have an awesome private steam room all to myself. And I open the door and I sit down, and guess who walks in?
All right.
Matthew McConaughey. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. I just wanted to say I loved your book, and I especially loved the poetry in it. I thought it was an awesome book, and I don't want to disturb you on your vacation, but I just wanted to let you know it was awesome. And I just wanted to say congratulations. And he goes, thank you. Audio or physical? And he says it, in that epic $1 billion voice. So I tell him audio, and I always like to hear if there's real soul in the book, and I could really feel your purity and intention that you wrote it with. And then I just be quiet. And I don't want to be that guy to bother him while he's on a vacation, so I don't say anything else. After a minute or two, he continues to talk, clearly wants to carry on the conversation. And so we spend the next half hour in the steam room going back and forth. He's asking me all about my life. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever. It's the most unusual sign ever. Like, here I was having just finished this guy's book. I forget that I wanted to make videos about it. Then I bump into him in the steam room, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, like 3 hours from the nearest city. So if you've been wondering who attracted $100 million using these 3 steps, it's Matthew McConaughey. So let me break down these 3 steps for you so you can quickly bring more money into your life. And if that sounds good, give me a like on this video. Give me a comment down below that says I'm with you, Jake. So let's start it off. Step number 1, take money off a pedestal. So at the height of his career, he's doing romantic comedy movies. He's a star. He's making, a couple $1 million. And these movies are easy. They're guaranteed box office hits. It's effortless, an easy way to have financial security. But he wasn't fulfilled. He wasn't inspired. He wanted more meaningful roles, dramatic films. But Hollywood didn't see him as capable of being anything beyond romantic comedy movies. And this conflict forced him to make a big life decision. He decides to walk away from the easy millions of dollars. He leaves Hollywood, he moves to Texas, distances himself from the industry. Everyone tells him he's ruining his life and his career. If you do this, Hollywood's never going to forgive you. Your life's going to be over. And he keeps getting these offers for romantic comedy movies. He keeps turning them all down. Then he gets one with Drew Barrymore. They offer $6 million. He's like, holy cow, this is more money than I ever made. No. $8 million. No. They come back again for $12 million. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is $12 million. This is more money than I made in my entire life. I have to do this. No. Everyone's saying his life is ruined. He thinks his career's over. He ends up going 2 years without a single job offer. So he starts kind of thinking, like, what should I do with my life? And then out of nowhere, after 2 years with no income, he gets the Dallas Buyers Club opportunity, gets the Academy Award. That shifts him into a new light in Hollywood. He gets the performances in the movie Interstellar, Wolf of Wall Street. And today, his net worth is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. He made more money after that period than in his entire life, multiplied by a zillion. And it happened because he took money off the pedestal. And that story sums up big idea number 1, which is when you take money off the pedestal, you free yourself. You free your energy. When you're desperately trying to get money, you're putting it on a pedestal and you're increasing its importance to a degree that keeps you in a scarcity consciousness and it keeps you in fear. And when you are in scarcity and fear and competition and lack, and you have money on a pedestal, you actually can't make the amount of money that you want. And what happens so often is, especially when we don't have any money, there's a tendency to do that because, rationally speaking, we need that money, right? You need the money. But when you put it on a pedestal, you're subconsciously in a scarcity, fear-based, limited mindset. And that actually blocks the money from coming into your life. And again, this is why it's so important to reprogram your subconscious mind. I have a free financial success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below. And I want to show you exactly how you really make this shift out of putting money on a pedestal so it starts to come into your life faster. Now, that brings us to big idea number 2, which is to become whole without needing the success, and then it comes to you easily. And this is probably my favorite story in his book. So when McConaughey first arrives to Hollywood, he's desperate to succeed. And he meets a producer that invites him to stay in his house because he has no money. And over dinner on that first night, McConaughey asked him, can you help me get a talent agent and help me find work and get jobs? I need to make money because I'm totally broke. And the producer looks him straight in the face his first night after he drove out from Texas, and he says, I can sense your desperation. You will never make it if you walk in needing something. Get out of my house right now and do not come back until you don't need anything. When you don't need anything, everything needs you. When you walk around and you don't need them and you don't need the money and you don't need the jobs, they're all going to chase you. So McConaughey takes the advice because he has no choice. The guy kicks him out of his house, and he goes on a 3-month motorcycle trip, and he goes all over Europe. And he's disconnected from the pressure. He's just having fun. He's getting fulfilled. He's back in touch with himself instead of trying to get the success, get the goal, all that stuff. He comes back, and when he gets back, the guy senses his vibe right away, and he's like, "You don't need anything. Now it's time." So right away, he gets a huge talent agency. His career takes off almost immediately right after that. And the point is, when you no longer seek validation, or you seek the goal, or you seek financial success, and you already have your self-worth, then you become magnetic. That's when people are drawn to you. That's when money is drawn to you. They're not drawn by neediness. And that sums up big idea number 2, which is the key to success is not needing it. Desperation pushes success away. You are in a vibrational place of lack, right? So the key is to check in with your body, because your body is your GPS system that is telling you how you feel. Your emotions are telling you where your mind is. And when you are doing something out of fear, out of like, I need this to happen, that's when you take a step back. You might have a tendency to want to be like, I have to push forward. I have to get this done. I have to do this thing. But then you're embedding the frequency of fear, lack, and limitation into what you're doing, and you will push away the big money opportunities. And again, most of this is just because it's programmed into our subconscious minds. It starts early in childhood, right? So make sure you get my free success hypnosis. Now, when I was sitting down with him in the steam room, I told him this story from his book because I thought it was the most awesome part. So let me break down how you can use this part, and you can make the money, the success, and the goals come a lot faster. Now, step number 3, it's to write it all down. And in his book, he talks about how he's journaling since he was like, 14 or 15 years old. And one thing he did when he was a freshman in college is he wrote down 10 or 15 things that he wanted to achieve in life. And they weren't vague things. They were clear objectives. And then over the next 20 years, every single one of those things happened. Like to be big, make all this money, all these things, every one of them happened. So he emphasizes to write down what it is that you want on a piece of paper. Now, the crazy thing is, when you write it down, you actually store it in your subconscious mind. Writing down your dreams, it's not about wishful thinking. It's actually the opposite. When you know what you want, but you don't write it down, what you're really saying is you don't think you can get it, so it would be a disappointment to write it down and not get it. But when you write it down, your subconscious mind works like a GPS system. So the subconscious mind isn't rational. Your subconscious mind just receives commands. So when you write down what you want, you're telling your subconscious mind what to do, because your subconscious mind is your servant. When I was 21 years old, I had dropped out of college. I wrote a book about it. No one would publish a book. And I wrote down that I wanted to be a globally successful author, making millions of dollars and inspiring millions of people. I wrote it down. I put it on the index card. I created a looped hypnosis that would tell me that every single day. The crazy thing is, I sold 10,000 copies of that self-published book out of the trunk of my car. That landed me a book deal with Penguin Random House, the #1 English publishing company in the world. That eventually led to YouTube and almost had 1 million YouTube subscribers. That by the time I was 30 years old, I was making millions of dollars. My books have been published into other languages. All I can say is there is magic that happens when you are brave enough to write your goals down and declare them. It goes into your subconscious mind. And then you don't have to think about it all the time. Hopefully this comes, maybe it won't come. That moves you out of the scarcity mindset, and that creates the energetic or vibrational space for the magic to start to happen in your life. So the key here is to take money or success or your goals off the pedestal. Stop chasing it. You don't need it. It needs you. When you do that and you prioritize your own energy, you prioritize your own vibration, being in a place of abundance and creativity, the money will come to you. And that's the key, is becoming whole without needing the success. Then it will chase you. So what I invite you to do is to let go of the need, let go of the desperation, let go of the fear. You're meant to have what you want in life, but it only comes to you when you don't need it to complete yourself. And that's why it's so key to write down what it is that you want. Clearly, specifically, write it down on a piece of paper, and then you can read it to yourself every single day. If you haven't yet, you can check out his book. It's Green Lights. If you haven't yet, get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below, to reprogram your subconscious mind, to get you out of that place of need, fear, lack, desperation. You may not even consciously be aware of it because the subconscious is below the level of conscious, and it's 95% of all of our thoughts, feelings, and our behaviors. We reprogram that, we change our lives. So be sure to check that out at jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below for free. If you enjoyed this video, give me a comment down below that says, what I want comes to me, what I want comes to me. Hit the like button, subscribe, bell notification is what notifies you for new videos. So even if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notification and you can click here to watch another video.